Eva, and the topic I'm introducing to you... Okay, there we go. Hello everyone, my name is Eva, and the topic I'm introducing to you today is redefining ADHD. Now, you've heard of that term before, right? Maybe you've heard it once, or twice, or even thrice. But my question is to you, how did you discover this disorder? Did you have a friend or family member who's had ADHD? Or maybe you just heard it once, and you made a confused look wondering, oh, what is that? And you proceeded to quickly type onto Google, where you made an approving expression, where you think you understood what it was, but initially didn't. Well, never fear, because I'm going to explain it to you. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, a condition that affects people's behavior. What are the symptoms, you may ask? These three types are inattentive, hyperactive or hyperactivity, and of course, combined. Now, people view ADHD in a way, but I believe it is the tip of the iceberg, because it's not that simple. Throughout the years in society, ADHD has been portrayed as people who lack attention and focus. That's a small fraction of what it is. And I'm going to challenge this statement today with my opinion and uses of personal sources of people who've had ADHD and how they became the people they are today. So let us pinpoint the inattentiveness. The inattentive part of ADHD, or as most people would recognize, the upbringing symptoms that they gain as a child or teenager. So in a way, some of these are relatable. The following symptoms are having a short attention span, being easily distracted, and making careless mistakes. A huge example could be homework and schoolwork with certain students nowadays. Now, there are stereotypes about the inattentive, that they're unable to follow simple instructions, or as I said earlier, easily distracted, or going to the point to say that they're lazy. Are these assumptions right? No, wrong. When you're trying to find a solution to such a problem, it may sound simple, but I can guarantee you it's not that easy to brush off. So now I want you to visualize this, thinking as an inattentive person with ADHD. Just think, imagine it. You're a student sitting in class and the teacher's up front going into detail about a new assignment. You're confused, but everyone around seems to be paying attention. And you know if you did the same, you wouldn't be confused. But there's something about the room, or the teacher, or yourself that's getting in the way. Maybe it's just the way he's phrasing things, so you think. So you turn to your friend asking, hey, I don't get this. Are you able to help me? And they happily oblige helping you. These are words you question after seeing the new assignment. What is it that you don't understand? Back at home, you're reading over the assignment for yourself, but your thoughts are washing it out. And you end up reading a sentence, and you're reading a sentence, and you end up reading a sentence, and you're reading a sentence. Then you close the laptop. You should turn the fan off, have something to eat or drink. You've been meaning to stay hydrated, but you keep losing track of time. You being thirsty turns into, I've almost finished the assignment, becomes, I've been sitting here for hours, tied to my spot. But to be safe, you drink another glass of water. Hopefully, you'll be able to focus. So, you walk back to your room and you realize you've wasted the day. Sticky notes have always been known to help you keep track of things. So, you write something for yourself and you go to bed knowing it'll be better to prepare for tomorrow. But it'll be fine. You've got your alarm set, and you'll wake up with plenty of time. It's the morning. You've missed your alarms, you missed your chance to pack, have breakfast, and brush your teeth. You're missing your keys, and you're in a rush to find them. You think of all the times you've been here before. If only you could learn your lesson. Your mom's calling for you saying, it's been 2 days, is it really that important? You reply with, yes, it's important, it was in the bag, but it's gone. And she says, do you really have to find it now? Just leave it, we're gonna be... Time skip back to your classroom. Class started. People are staring. Try not to stare back, it's rude. Nice of you to join us, the teacher says. And he continues the lesson, and you're stuck in that same scenario again. You try your hardest to pay attention and take in what he's saying, but your thoughts overcome you. Just listen. It's not that hard, and everything will be so much easier. Oh God, what is he even saying? This always happens. Can I please just listen? You're on the train home, and you look to the screen reciting each station in your head. How many times have you been here before? How many times have you done this? You've made it home exhausted. Why are you exhausted? You haven't even got anything done today. It would make sense being completely destroyed if you've gotten something done, but your brain is fried. Then you realize you forgot to ask about the assignment. Whatever, you'll ask him tomorrow. And when you do, he says, "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" Naturally, you reply with, "I was meant to, but it slipped my mind." And he says, which shocks you, "For 2 weeks?" Yes, it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks. The teacher asks you once more, "What have you been doing all these past few weeks?" And you realize you've done nothing, but you can't tell him that. That'll never be good enough. So you find yourself making something up that convinces no one, but what else can you do? 2 weeks, 2 valuable weeks, wasted. End of visual. So, what did you think of that visual? Although you may see it with your own eyes, it might be easy to stop being so distracted, but in the thought, in the mind, it's harder than you think. So, why did I introduce you to this? Well, because throughout the years in social media, according to researcher Anthony Young, around 52% of TikTok videos involving ADHD were misleading. ADHD professionals worried that these enormous amounts of videos will cause TikTok users to seek self-diagnose and seek treatment that they may not need. And it's not just TikTok. Other social medias could include Instagram or YouTube Shorts. So, how will this affect people in the long run? There are many reasons for this. Users will stop taking diagnosis from a medical professional because of one video about ADHD that they probably relate to. But then the algorithm continues to send the user these videos assuming that they like them. But the user interprets these as signs that they have ADHD, and there's the problem. So, the big question is, what do we as individuals do against social media, which is the breeding ground for misinformation? There are several ways we can help. Spreading corrections about ADHD. A medical professional saying awareness about ADHD in addition to that. And people with ADHD sharing their personal stories and challenging the stereotypes they've been labeled as. And lastly, if you may or may not be a popular influencer, you can spread awareness about ADHD and educate people who are not aware about it. Even if you correct one person who had a miscorrection about ADHD, you're making a bigger impact that you didn't even know of. So, now that we've established the misconceptions and provided solutions towards it, that leaves us with our last problem. Now that we understand what ADHD is and the difficulties that people go through, our last question is, how do we help them? It's been estimated in 2020 that 3.3 million US students ages 12 to 17 have ADHD. Could you imagine what that could be like for China? Well, according to the Chinese Medical Association, on November 24th, 2023, around 40 million people may have ADHD, but only 10% of them get help. Why could that be? This is because ADHD is often perceived as the hyperactivity symptom. This could lead to errors. If you translate ADHD into English, it means a lot of movement. So people think that someone who has ADHD is very hyperactive, very impulsive, and a lot of movement. They're not taking into consideration the inattentive symptoms. So we're going to change that for both of these symptoms. I believe if people with ADHD have personalized interventions, it will benefit their symptoms and their personal growth. There's 3 things that I wanted to include that they should receive as a child or an adult for being supported in this school, or for any school in that matter. Educational support. Educational support that will help them with their academic settings for the future. Behavioral therapy. Coping strategies that will help them with their time management, organization skills, and impulsive behaviors. And lastly, medication. And I'm not so keen on this one. This is because not all people with ADHD need this, but some people do. It does help them focus more, listen better, and fidget less, but in my opinion, you'll become more reliant on it. I'm not saying you shouldn't use this at all, but things like behavioral therapy will be a better strategy. So in conclusion, interventions will take into account their specific needs and challenges that will help not only the child, but also the parent. If you're an adult, it benefits you. So not only me, but us as a whole, we can bust every myth about ADHD that has been labeled. We can redefine ADHD now that we're of the truth. Even if you tell 1 or 2 people, it's way more impactful and powerful than you think.